What's up, dedicated Dragon Ball denizens? I'm Ryan, and we're here for another episode of the Hawks Dragon Ball Nest. Super excited. I'm supposed to be in bed right now. This is usually my bedtime, but the new set just dropped online, and I am ready to do some pulls. I can't wait, so I'm not going to get a lot of sleep, but we're going to jump into this. We're going to do we'll do 24 packs. We'll do 24 pulls. And then plus another 10 that I will get with gems with. So we're going to do about 35 or so packs because I also have a few other tickets. So let's get into this. All right. Phew, I just entered all of the code cards. Okay, so this was a lot of fun at this time of the night. Sorry, I did the intro. The game went live. Entered the code cards. Anyway, let's go. Okay, what do I want to pull? All right, I want the King Piccolo. I'll get the alt art. I mean, the alt arts aren't as important, I think, online. They're not as cool, but still great. Gogeta, man, I want to not only build the King Piccolo deck, but also add this Gogeta to my Gogeta deck, of course. Just a great card, I think, going to make black much more relevant. Along with this Chi-Chi Childhood, give me a bunch of these ones. Pretty similar to what I'm looking for in real life as well. Also, we want this 4-cost King Piccolo. Probably about 4 of those to build that deck, so that'll build my black deck. Of course, then I also do want to try out Broly. I know it's a very polarizing deck right now. Is it going to be boring and brain dead? Whatever, okay, I'm going to try it out. Then we also need the Chilais for that. We need the 8-cost Brawlies, and then, of course, we need the secret rare Broly. If I could get this one, cool. I don't really care. Just give me any of them, okay? Now, from there, who else do I want? This Vegeta 4-cost, and usually I don't care as much about alts online, but I need this alt. This is Aura right there. Just take a second to do that. I do need probably 4 of these cards to build my Vegeta Daima deck. I'll probably start initially with 4 in the deck. I don't know for sure. I'll stick with that. Then we have the Kid Goku Secret Rare. Of course, I want to get that. Interestingly enough, we can't play it yet at the time of me recording this, I just learned. And then the Gohan Adolescence Parallel Rare. Super cool. But alright, let's jump into the game. Alright, let's go. I've got, what do I got in here total? So, I've got 56 total tickets. 48 would be 2 booster boxes. So, let's do 25. Let's start with 25 and then we'll do a 10 plus. Let's just start with the 10. Boom, we're going to do that. And we're going to do the other half in the next one for the most part in there. So I'm excited. Our first one's here. Everything is new. All right, there's a Broly there. So other ones I need, I didn't mention in there. I need the rare Vegeta Daima. I'm going to be maining, if you haven't heard me say it. I've said it multiple times in other videos, but of course this could be your first video watching me, so you might not know this, but this set I plan to, it could always change because maybe I'll figure out I don't particularly like I think ooh, there's our first one there. I know I'm gonna like the both Vegeta decks. The question is, will I like something else more? Alright, there's our Broly. We've got one on there. We've got the Dr. Rinsu. Don't think I did test out the Rinsu in the Vegeta Daima. Didn't like it too much. Let me get the camera fixed here. This was from my unboxing. Get me a little bit more centered. Sorry about that. It's bugging me. I'm sure it's bugging y'all for me not being centered. Alright, so this we're almost already getting quickly through. You also move up here. Our first 10. Look, okay, it's well past my bedtime. I think I just I moved in and then now I'm offset the camera again. Alright, let's fix it again. Alright. Come on. Alright, there's another SR. There's one of our Chilais. That's a good one. Alright, last one of our first 10 with our gems. Alright, we got multiples. Ooh, now that one's one right there. Where's my hype button here? Alright, okay, so it's not it's not the actual how do you say, it's not the alt art, but it was like kind of one of the like online, if you noticed, it had like a little bit of extra hollow. Ooh, going up. All right, there's our first one. Oh, and that one's cool right there. Absolute Sparking. That's a nice little parallel rare. Check out my Oh no, I can't spoil it. This is coming out before that video. Just saying, tune in next week, and you know, for my real polls, my physical card polls, and we'll see something that could have some similarities to there. All right, nice. Now, of course I want that. I'm glad the first one I pulled dupes of to be Vegeta, because that's the SR I really need most. Like the Daima Vegeta, I already pretty much have everything I need. I don't need any SRs from this set for it. I may insert some in there. The version of the deck I have now, I haven't really tested any of the new SRs. What do we got here? Okay, we got the Piccolo. I haven't really tested any. I think maybe some will fit, but at this point I don't have any. I do need these guys. I've got a couple. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. I'm already up to 3 of those Gohans. Better throw them into that Gohan deck that just got bodied. Absolutely bodied. Alright, we got another one of those. Alright, so far getting a lot of... We're getting dupes, which is fine. There's the Tien and another Rinsu. Alright, so we are definitely having some fun with that. Alright, we're going to do another 10. And I got to think about where I want to go from there. Ooh, we got a secret rare. Let's start with the... Start off. Alright, this is already my third Gogeta. So that's going well, I suppose. Let's go and get these little max least rarities or whatever. Alright, and there we go. So I need 4 of these for sure. How do we get the release event ones? I think I just gotta level up a little bit, and then I'll get those. So we'll be starting with the Daima starter. I've already purchased the 2 starter decks. Alright, nice. We got another of the Vegetas. So now I'm up to 2. From the 2 booster boxes, real life, I'm only at 3 right now. Which is also a spoiler for next week, but that's okay. Not a huge one. Alright. Let's keep it coming here. Another new. There's our Piccolo. Have we gotten all the leaders yet? I know I did see a Broly in there. I know I saw Piccolo. Alright, there's that one there. Who are we missing? I don't think I've gotten the yellow yet. I don't think I've seen what is his name? I can't even think right now. King Goma. Alright, what do we got? Ooh, it's an alt Broly. That's a good one right there. I've got much more interest in playing Broly, secret rare, than the other right now. Okay, so what do we got? We've got 36 more tickets. Let's do 5 more. Alright, and then we'll save the rest. But I will do I'll do a couple new adventure packs. I've got some of those, so we'll end with that. Okay, so far so good in terms of what we got. Okay, we did. This is our first alt, I think, period, isn't it? Like, except for the Broly, but our first SR alt. Alright, so that's cool. Oh, that one's going up. Okay, we got the Jackie Chun. Cool, cool. Alright, let's see if we can get anything else to pop here. Let's see, can something else pop? We'll find out. And no. Alright, so that's solid. Alright, what do we got here for new adventure? I've got 7. Let's do 3. And then we'll save a couple, you know. Gotta save a few. Alright, so we'll end on these new adventures that are not quite a new adventure anymore, but that's alright. I pretty much have everything I need from here. But, you know, we'll still see what we get, you know, some wild cards and all that good stuff. Oh, look at that. I already had one, though. Yeah. Alright, we got a couple of Vegetas. Alright. So that's pretty good. To get two of the Vegetas is really nice. That's a big one. So that's already well on our way. All right, and that's going to do it for this episode of the Hawks Dragon Ball Nest. Hope you enjoyed these initial pulls. Make sure to stay tuned next week. We're going to do our second unboxing, and we're kind of going to alternate for a few weeks with some older videos thrown in there too. I've got a big backlog still, about three weeks or so. Backlogs of unboxings to get through, so those will be sprinkled in throughout over the next couple months, and then by the time we get through these, then the manga set's going to get here. So if you liked what you saw, make sure you hit that subscribe button, become part of the Hawks Nest. We are a fabulous flock of fearless folks who love to do what we love. I love pulling, excited for this new set, and I'm excited to get into the rest of them.